The showbiz capital of the world, Las Vegas, which has hosted so many big fights down the years. We've got a big one coming for you on Saturday as well from T-Mobile Arena. Mario Barrios will look to defend his WBC Welterweight title against Ryan Garcia. We are 2 sleeps away, and today we're going to hear from both fighters and the rest of the undercard as well. Welcome inside the T-Mobile Arena, Adi Oladipo, alongside my man here, the Latin Snake Sergio Mora, and inside the ring, senior inside the ring from Ring Magazine, Mike Coppinger. Here we are, gents. This is a big one. It's got the big feel of a big one as well. We're coming off the back of Shakur Stevenson versus Teofimo Lopez, and we roll straight into another big one, Mike. Boxing's booming right now. They like to complain, but boxing's booming.
No question, Adi. I mean, Teo Shakur, we sold out Madison Square Garden, and now we're at a big fight here in Vegas, right? Only 7 pounds above that. So Shakur, I think he's implying for the winner of this fight, especially if it's Ryan Garcia. And like you said, a lot of momentum right now for boxing.
I don't know if you saw my fantastic little walk down the stairs there, Sergio. And I mentioned sort of big fights in Vegas, and it now has competition, doesn't it? Obviously, Madison Square Garden's always hosted big fights in Saudi Arabia, big fights in London. Is Las Vegas still the home of big-time boxing, or is there now competition across the world?
No, there's a lot of competition, but look, for a Southern California, an Angelino like myself, I want to come to Las Vegas. It's a city of lights, it's a city of sin, it's a city of boxing. It doesn't get bigger than this on May and September, but we're not in those Mexican holidays. Ryan Garcia is doing something special, and he's bringing World Championship boxing back to a city that needs it. I mean, everyone's excited about it. I'm excited about it. I'm glad we're back.
Mike, before we talk about Mario Barrios and Ryan Garcia, just an overview of the welterweight division. I almost feel like we're trying to crown a king. Since Boots Ennis left the division and since Crawford left a couple of years back, we're trying to sort of, who is the man? We saw Devin Haney put on an incredible performance against Brian Norman. It's open for business. It's open to crown someone.
Yeah, Adi, I mean, you're exactly right. I mean, this division is wide open right now. You could even argue it's one of the weakest divisions in all of boxing in terms of depth. But I think that's going to change in a big way Saturday, especially if Ryan Garcia can really separate himself. He's a big name, and that rematch with Devin Haney, I think, is one of the 3 biggest fights in all of boxing.
Yeah, like Mike's a matchmaker now. He's selling us, and you're selling us good, Mike. All right, let's talk about Mario Barrios. Almost gets disrespected as a champion, I believe, and you know how hard it is to win one of those belts, Sergio. Has done well in recent fights, maybe hasn't put on the stellar performances we would want to see, but this was a good performance against Jordinas Ugas.
This is what put Mario Barrios on the championship map. It's the fact that he got elevated is why he doesn't get the respect as a champion, but the man can fight. I mean, when you're in the ring with Manny Pacquiao, when you're in the ring with Tank Davis, when you're in the ring with big names like that and you hold your own, you belong. Durable fighter. Big, strong fighter, intimidating because he knows how to control the pace and the timing and the distance. If you're not careful with a guy like Mario Barrios, rounds could slip by and you could be behind in the fight.
Those 2 performances, those 2 clips are probably the best of Mario Barrios we've seen, Maidana and Ugas. Admittedly, even to himself, he's not looked the best in his last couple of performances, though.
Yeah, I mean, you're talking about a guy in Barrios who's coming off back-to-back draws. I mean, how rare is that? So he's hungry for a win as well. And I do think that he's underrated and gets too much disrespect, like you guys both said. I mean, Barrios, very solid fundamentals, big guy, good jab. And I think people forget, he gave Gervonta Davis a lot of trouble before he was stopped, and he closed very strong against Keith Thurman.
Yeah, I mean, and those are his only 2 defeats, right? Gervonta Davis and Keith Thurman, no shame in losing to those guys. What do we need to see from Barrios? I mean, we're going to see them go face-to-face at the presser a bit later. Barrios is the taller of the 2. I'm guessing in terms of reach, maybe he has a longer reach as well. What do we need to see from Barrios to get him over the line?
When they rehydrate come fight night, Mario Barrios is going to have a size advantage, a reach advantage, a height advantage, and overall experience, championship experience advantage. Mario Barrios is one of these guys that if you're not careful, he's gonna pick and peck at you. He has a good right hand. What he needs to do is not exchange hooks with a hooker. That's what Ryan Garcia relies on. He's not a volume puncher. He'll let you have 2-3 rounds just to capitalize on that one big punch. Mario Barrios needs to keep that hand up, and if he can do that and not exchange with him, he's gonna be all right.
Mike, you mentioned a bit earlier the welterweight division and sort of where it is. Let's have a look at Ring Magazine's current welterweight rankings. And you're right. I mean, you look at it, and it does need some big names, some stardust in there. I mean, you guys have got Mario Barrios all the way down at number 9 and is the current WBC champion. I mean, what stands out for you when you see those names, Mike?
Yeah, I mean, what stands out to me is that there are reinforcements on the way. I mean, there's talks of Conor Benn fighting Rolly Romero at 147. You talk about Ryan Garcia, if he can get a big, convincing victory on Saturday, he's a big name, of course. And Devin Haney, I mean, Haney gets dogged all the time. And Keyshawn Davis is calling him now too, so Keyshawn Davis could be going up to 147. Teofimo Lopez is looking to go to welterweight next. I think this division is going to be a hot one once again soon.
I think 147 is a great division, but it's not the 80s great. It's not the 1990s great.
Or the 2000s.
Or the 2000s great. So yes, it's lacking star power, but we know that Devin Haney is the man at 147. What he did with a power puncher like Brian Norman Jr., that was incredible. That put him on #1 on that list, but he needs talent. He needs that B-side. He needs to get pushed by someone else, because right now, it's lacking.
Yeah, removing Devin Haney from that list, I see competitive matchups. I feel like there's a lot of guys, there can be a lot of guys there, but as you say, it does need the reinforcements. And hopefully on Saturday, we do get a few more big names added to that division. One of those names is Ryan Garcia, who I think desperately needs a big win. Ryan Garcia, we've not seen Ryan Garcia have an official win since Oscar Duarte.
Right.
And that feels like a lifetime ago. He has all the talent. We know about his social media presence, a good-looking kid as well. We just need him to perform in the ring, don't we, Mike?
Yeah, and I think you're right, though. It's not enough for Ryan to simply win on Saturday, although that would be good enough, right? He's never won a world title. He needs to deliver a statement. A knockout would be amazing, a best-case scenario, and he can really deliver that left hook from any angle. He doesn't have to load up on it. It's really one of the best weapons in all of boxing.
Did this surprise you? I mean, we knew it was a bit flat at Times Square. It kind of maybe wasn't what Ryan needed in terms of that loud atmosphere. He didn't look like, and I mean this in a jokey sense, crazy Ryan. We needed a bit of that. But did the performance surprise you?
It surprised me, but the thing about Ryan Garcia, he's so hot and cold. You can't rely on him. You can't rely on his mental strength. You don't know what you're going to get. When he's on, he's incredible. He's magnetic. He has two things you can't teach in boxing. He has power and charisma. But when he's off, guys like Rolly Romero, who are not supposed to be in the ring with a star like Ryan Garcia, can actually beat you. So that's the thing about Ryan Garcia. We don't know who we're going to get. And
if we do get a good Ryan Garcia, like we got against Devin Haney for those 2 rounds where I thought he looked electric, the future's his. I mean, there are so many fantastic matchups in the 147 division for him if he can come through on Saturday.
Yeah, I was actually in training camp with Ryan Garcia last week in Calabasas, and how Ryan Garcia is not to train there, but he told me he wants Shakur Stevenson next. I mean, that's a huge fight. Conor Benn fight is a massive fight over in England, of course, but it all starts Saturday with Mario Barrios, and Barrios, again, I think is underrated. You look at the odds, Ryan Garcia is about a -265 favorite, so this is a fight that people think could go either way.
Why is that? Is it just because of Ryan's fanfare? Why is Ryan a big favorite over an established world champion?
That's a good question. I mean, I think Mario Barrios is a live dog. Maybe not to impressively, unanimously win, but he can keep it close. That's why he's coming out back-to-back draws. He knows how to slow down the pace of a fight. And if a guy like Ryan Garcia, who's not a volume puncher, not a combination puncher, he'll let you take some rounds. You can take advantage of that. So I think the bookmakers in Vegas, they know what they're seeing. Ryan Garcia is one punch away from making a statement. He has the speed, he has the power, and Barrios does get clipped.
You know what I looked in that performance against Duarte? We saw the right hand. And I feel like for Ryan to really step into the leagues with the big boys, and I mean the Shakur Stevensons of the world, it can't just be about that left hook. It needs to be that right hand, which we know he can throw. We see it, and we saw it there. He needs to start throwing that right hand.
He reminds me of his promoter, Oscar De La Hoya. Oscar De La Hoya was left hand crazy. Everything was a jab, 45-degree left hand, left uppercut. Ryan Garcia's cut from that cloth, but when he does throw that right hand, Oscar De La Hoya, he was incredible because he set up that left hook, that sweeping left hook against Ike Corte, against so many greats. Ryan Garcia is going to need a right hand. Yeah. If he doesn't do that, he's not going to just throw it away and sweep you up with the left hook. Fighters like Conor Benn, fighters like Shakur Stevenson, the upper echelons, they're going to take advantage of that. He's a one-trick pony.
Yeah, hopefully we see a few more tricks on Saturday. A fighter that we know isn't a one-trick pony is Richardson Hitchens, the current IBF super lightweight fighter. I think an incredible fighter, takes on Oscar Duarte. It's almost been forgotten about, that fight. It's almost been buried because it is such a good card. I like Richardson Hitchens a lot. I think this fight against Kambosos proved that he has the power as well, which some people say he doesn't. I think he's a really good fighter, 140-pound division.
Yeah, I love this fight, and this certainly that could be a main event on any card on its own. You're right, it's really flying under the radar. I think that's a Ryan Garcia win. It's really aged gracefully, that win over Oscar Duarte. I mean, you saw him in August against Kenny Sims, a very smooth boxer. Duarte dogged him down the stretch. So I think Hitchens is going to have a lot of trouble with Duarte. It's not going to be an easy night.
It's not going to be an easy night. It's going to be a jab fest for Richardson Hitchens. He needs to stay on the outside. He needs to slow the pace down. He needs to use that 5 inches of reach. If he lets Duarte break that distance, it's going to be an exciting fight. An exciting fight is not good for Hitchens.
Is this a simple case of a boxer versus a brawler? Am I being too disrespectful to Duarte? because Duarte will swarm you, it will be on your chest all night. That's his style of fighting, isn't it?
That's his MO, and I think he'll take pride in that Mexican style. He wants to swarm you. He wants to dog you out. That's his MO. Oscar Duarte doesn't want to let you breathe. He suffocates opponents. He knows how to square up. Normally, that's a recipe for disaster, but when you're throwing that many punches, when you're that active, when you're that strong, and you have the wide shoulders to hide behind, it's very hard to penetrate that guard, penetrate that tank. And with experience and with activity, it's a dangerous recipe.
It's a banana skin, isn't it? I mean, look, Richardson Hitchens starts as a favorite, is an unbeaten fighter. But if you were to kind of grade it, is it a 60-40 fight, Richardson Hitchens? Is it closer than that? Where is it?
I think that's fair. 60-40, 65-35, something like that. I mean, there's no better preparation for Richardson Hitchens than Kenny Sims. The way Kenny Sims fights, the way he boxes and moves. And Duarte, like Sergio said, he's the classic Mexican pressure fighter. He is not going to stop coming. We saw how another pressure fighter, Gustavo Lemos, how much trouble he gave Hitchens a couple of years ago.
Yeah, it really is a fantastic fight card. For that to be chief support, I think you know how deep this fight card is. All right, let's show you the fight card and what you can expect on Saturday from the T-Mobile Arena. Muhammad Aliko kicks things off for us against David Calabro. Then we go to Joshua Edwards versus Brandon Colantino. Amari Jones, big prospect, takes on Luis Arias, who once was a big prospect until he ran into Danny Jacobs. That's a really good crossroads fight. That's the prelims, and this is the big boy card. Bektemir Melekuzia versus Sena Egbetko. You look at the 168-pound division, it's looking for a king. Could Melekuzia be in the mix? Frank Martin now at 140 takes on Nahir Albright. Gary Russell takes on Andy Hirioka. If he can get to the country, then we have Richardson Hitchens versus Oscar Duarte. Very quickly, Mike, go on.
Yeah, Andy Hirioka, he did arrive in Las Vegas last night on so 17-hour time difference from Japan, not ideal. As Sergio knows, usually you want like 2 weeks to adjust to the time, the climate, but he is here and ready.
He's here and ready, that's good news. And then obviously the main event, WBC Welterweight title fight, Mario Barrios versus Ryan Garcia. 3 world title fights. What an incredible night of boxing we've got for you on Saturday. But let's hear from the fighters. Talking of incredible, look how incredible Mr. Thomas Schreiber looks there on stage. Let's throw it over to one of the best MCs in the business, Thomas.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the final press conference for the ring. High stakes, Barrios versus Garcia, this Saturday, February 21st, from the T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas, Nevada. It is being brought to you by Ring Magazine, Cello, and Oscar De La Hoya's Golden Boy Promotions in association with TGB Promotions, along with their sponsors, Thomas J. Henry Law Firm, Everlast, and IFX Payments. A big thanks to those great sponsors. Well, a few reminders, ladies and gentlemen. Tickets are available via AXS.com, and you can also watch it live, worldwide, exclusively on DAZN. Let's now get things started and welcome our Undercard press conference participants. Competing in a 10-round super middleweight contest, he is a native of Accra, Ghana, now fighting out of Nashville, Tennessee, Sena the Assassin Akbeko. A native of Shoimbek, Uzbekistan, now fighting out of Indio, California, Bek the Bully Mulakusiev. Competing in a 10-round junior welterweight contest, a native of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, now fighting out of Sicklerville, New Jersey, Nair Pretty Boy Woo Albright. A native of Detroit, Michigan, now fighting out of Dallas, Texas, Frank the Ghost Martin. Competing in a 12-round contest for the WBA Junior Welterweight Championship of the World. Let's welcome the challenger, coming to us from Yokohama, Kanagawa, Japan, Andy the Blade Hirooka. And let's welcome the defending world champion from Capitol Heights, Maryland, Gary Antoine Russell. Competing in our co-main event, 12-round schedule for the IBF Junior Welterweight Championship of the World. Let's welcome the challenger from Parral, Chihuahua, Mexico, Oscar La Migraña Duarte. And let's welcome the defending world champion from Brooklyn, New York, Richardson Hitchens. We also welcome manager Keith Connolly, manager and co-promoter, president of Cancun Boxing, Pepe Gomez, president of TGB Promotions, Tom Brown, CEO of Ring Magazine, Rick Reno, president and chairman of Golden Boy Promotions, the Oscar De La Hoya, the Golden Boy. And we now hand things over to your host, Mr. Chris Mannix.
Well, welcome everyone to the final undercard press conference for Ring the High Stakes, which will take place right here at T-Mobile Arena and air live and exclusively on DAZN. I know how often you hear about how good an undercard is, but this one is truly outstanding. 2 championship fights that could easily headline main cards of their own, along with 2 critical crossroads matchups in the 140 and 168-pound divisions, with the winner of both in line for a world title shot this year, all leading into the 147-pound title fight between Mario Barrios and Ryan Garcia. To begin this, I want to turn it over to the CEO of Ring Magazine to say a few words, Mr. Rick Reno.
Thanks, Chris. I want to thank everyone in attendance for supporting this event and this press conference, and I want to thank our promotional partners, Sella, Oscar De La Hoya and Golden Boy Promotions, and Tom Brown and TGB Promotions. This is an outstanding undercard, 3 world title fights on this entire event, and some of these fights could easily main event on their own. You know, Richardson Hitchens, he's a guy that wants all the smoke. He wants all the top names out there. He's stepping into the Lion's Den with Oscar Duarte. He's going to have a big fan base supporting him at the T-Mobile. Oh, I thought Richardson cut my mic off. But, yeah, it's not going to be an easy fight. Oscar Duarte's got a lot of heart. He comes to fight. He's never in a boring fight. It'll be a real good test. And, you know, Richardson Hitchens may have his hands full. I know he wants to look impressive and make a statement. He's looking to bet some money with the other side on the outcome. He says he wants to bet on the knockouts. You know, we'll have to see what happens. And, you know, Gary Antoine Russell, exciting fighter. Andy Hiroko, the same. These guys like to... So, you know, don't blink on that one. You know, both of those guys are coming in to get the fight over with early on. Neither one of them want to go to distance. So definitely don't walk away from your seat. And then Frank Martin, ever since he's entered the junior welter division, they're calling him the KO Kid after his last fight. But they hit Albright. He knows how to upset the odds. He's pretty confident. So it's going to be a really good matchup. And Beck the Bully, never in a boring fight. Same with Sina Igbeko. So it's going to be bombs away. Once again, I want to thank everyone in attendance and turn it back over to Chris.
Thank you, Rick. Well, the biggest star on this stage hasn't fought in almost 2 decades. Can you believe it's been almost 2 decades, Oscar, since you've been out of the ring? For you, almost 2 decades, a long time. But you are former world champion, Hall of Famer, and this feels like kind of a throwback card in a way with all the talent that's on it. At the top with Ryan and Mario, but the depth of this card, championship fights, championship level fights from top to bottom. What do you think of this card? And specifically, your guys, Oscar Duarte, chance to win his first world title, Bektemir Melikuziev climbing up the rankings. How do you feel about the position your guys are in?
No, I feel great. And thank you very much for that introduction. Yeah, this is a stacked championship card, and I can't wait to watch our Golden Boy fighters shine and take the next step to greatness. In the co-main event, the powerful Oscar Duarte challenges IBF champion Richardson Hitchens. Duarte is one of those fighters who keeps evolving every single fight, and we've watched that growth for nearly a decade now. Even Ryan Garcia says Duarte is the hardest puncher he's ever faced, and on Saturday night, the world is going to feel that power. What can I say about Beck the Bully? He's knocking on the door for a world title. He's a warrior from Uzbekistan with a nearly perfect record, but he's in tough with Agbekko, a man who's been in with the top contenders and championship caliber. We believe Beck is ready for the moment and ready to deliver a victory everyone can be proud of. So this card, yes, it is from top to bottom one of the best cards I've been involved in. It's really great to watch boxing back. It's great to see a stacked card like this on DAZN, so we're very proud to be part of it. So thank you very much for being here.
All right, appreciate it, Oscar. Let's start to my left at the end of the day. Azteca Agbekko, back again. As Oscar mentioned, you fought some of the best in your weight classes. Took a couple of losses over the last few years, picked up a win your last time out. How confident are you feeling going into this fight?
I mean, obviously, I've never shied away from fighting, unbeaten fighters, very tough competition. And I come from a country with a long line of champions, Azuma Nelson, Akorte, who Oscar De La Hoya fought. So, and he, that's one of his hardest fights, he knows. So, it's definitely going to be a firefight. Of course, he goes by the name Bully. My plan for the night is to bully the bully. So we've trained. I've completely overhauled my team. I have a whole new team that I'm working with, and I've trained, and I feel very confident going into this fight.
Oscar, you get a little PTSD there from hearing Akorte?
Once he mentioned Akorte, yeah.
All right. You said you want to bully the bully. I mean, this could be one of the best fights, I think, of the night with that type of style. It's a great body puncher over there to the right. How do you do that? How do you bully the bully?
Exactly. I have my own questions that I'm going to ask him. The way we've trained to answer all of the questions that he'll be bringing. So, I mean, we're going to look to deal with everything that he can possibly bring forward. The real question is going to be whether he can deal with what I'm going to bring to the table. So, I guess we'll have to wait Saturday night to find out.
All right, looking forward to that. Bektemir Melikuziev, Alec will translate here in the front row. You were right there, number 2 in the WBA rankings at 168 pounds. What do you want to show in this fight?
Бек, ты номер 2 сейчас в рейтингах. Чего ты хочешь показать в этом бою?
Assalomu alaykum. Hello everybody. Avvalambor nima deydi? Men ertadan keyin bo'ladigan jangda menga imkoniyat berilganidan juda xursandman. Xudo xohlasa, inshaalloh mana shu keyingi jangimda ham, oldindan jangimga yaxshi tayyorgarlik ko'rib, murabbiylarimiz bilan, trenerlar bilan hamma komandamiz yaxshi tayyorgarlik ko'rdik. Inshaalloh chiroyli g'alaba ko'rsatib, barcha muxlislarimizni, butun o'zbek xalqini inshaalloh chiroyli g'alaba bilan, chiroyli boks ko'rsatib, ringda chiroyli g'alaba qozonishga inshaalloh harakat qilamiz. Hammaga rahmat.
Thank you so much, everyone who's here, and I'm super grateful being part of this big event. Thank you to my promoter, thank you to all my team, thank you to my trainers. This is a great opportunity for me to showcase my skills. Nothing but respect to my opponent, and I'm looking forward to a great fight.
You heard that man say he wants to bully the bully. What do you think about that?
Он говорит о том, что он будет тебя как бы давить в ринге. Что ты думаешь по этому поводу?
Albatta, ring package, inshallah.
Yeah, I'm good with that. Ring will show.
All right. Good luck, Beck. Good luck.
Thank you so much.
Saturday night. Go back to my left. Here, Albright, you had an interesting 2025. A lot came out of that fight against Kelvin Davis, but you got the win in that fight to keep your career moving forward. How are you feeling going into 2026 in a big fight against Frank Martin?
Yeah, for sure. First of all, I want to give thanks to God. Jesus, thank you for me being here. I want to thank my family, everybody, thank all the promotions that had their hand in giving me the opportunity. But I feel great, man. I'm excited. I worked hard, and I'm just so grateful. I'm ready.
What kind of fight are you expecting on Saturday?
Honestly, I expect a war. You know, we prepare for war, and I expect a war, nothing less than a war.
So what do you think is the key to beating someone like Frank Martin that's fought at a high level, 1-0 now at 140 pounds? What's the key to beating him?
Just being myself, just being Nair Albright, and just showing the world what I already know about myself.
All right, well, good luck to you on Saturday. Frank Martin, you picked up a win in your last time out, first fight at 140 pounds. How different do you feel moving up in weight?
I feel a lot stronger at 140. You know, I feel like this is the perfect weight for me, as far as strength, speed, everything. I feel a lot more comfortable at the weight. Hey, I got a question for you though, Nair. When you say you want to make it a fight, right? That mean you want to like stand in the middle with me, or you gonna box? What you want to do?
We could do it whatever way. Any way.
However you want to do it.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right,
any way. Let's do it.
Let's
do it.
Yeah.
Right here.
I like that.
Yeah, I ain't going nowhere.
All right, for sure. I like that.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Frank, do you believe that he's going to do that?
I mean, we gonna see. You know, once I get to touching on him, you know, hitting him in some spots he ain't
bro,
comfortable with.
Once I touch on you, once I touch on that chin, bro, stop playing with me, bro.
Them legs might get the moving. You know, you might get the. You know, you might
get
the.
Okay.
Hey, it's a big ring. It's a big ring, so it's perfect for you.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? You might have to. You might move around a lot.
You gonna see.
Hey, I ain't gotta move around.
You gonna see.
I don't gotta move around.
You gonna see.
I can stand in a pocket with you. I could box.
A ghost? Yeah,
hey,
you gonna be a ghost, nigga. Stop playing with me.
Hey, look. This is the thing, though. Look, check this out. It's perfect. This fight, me fighting you, is perfect because you tough. I give you that. You a tough motherfucker, right?
All right.
But what I'm gonna have to do is I'm gonna beat your ass and take all the toughness.
Right.
Hey, look. I fuck with the style though, so our styles gonna clash. You know what I'm saying? Like it's gonna be a good fight. I ain't gonna sit up here and just pop it, but it's gonna be a good ass fight, bro. Thanks for accepting the fight.
Thank you for accepting the fight. Thanks for the opportunity.
For sure.
Yes.
All right, well, I'm ready for that fight. 140 pounds, two top contenders in that weight class. Gary Antoine Russell, the 140-pound champion, your opponent, not here on the stage, but he is here. You will get that fight on Saturday night. I know it must have been a little nerve-wracking.
It's okay. I'm ready for it. You know, I'm here feeling great. You know, camp been great. I'm on a great card, and I'm going to do what I normally do, like I've been doing my whole entire career. Show up and show out. So hopefully the concession stands got some popcorn so y'all can have some popcorn and enjoy the show.
So you picked up your first world title just about a year ago now.
Yeah.
You get a pretty tough first title defense against Andy Hiroka. Good fighter, been fighting mostly over in Japan, undefeated, good boxer. What kind of fight are you expecting on Saturday?
It depends, you know. Hopefully he shows up and he brings his physical best. Just like all the opponents, you know, they come to be victorious. So I'm not going to downplay that. I'm not going to overlook that. But I want to be a champion, a true champion through and through. And with that, without adversity, you know, meeting somebody that's going to push you to the Olympics. I'm prepared for it.
A couple of years ago, you had a close loss to Alberto Puello. You look completely different against Rayo Valenzuela. Much more polished as a fighter. Still brought that same strength, that same activity. What do you think was the biggest difference in you in your last fight?
Honestly, I just kept my foot in his ass. You know, I took the gas off when I fought, what's the guy, Alberto Puello. I let off the gas. You know, I felt like I was up on the scorecards, and I just wanted to change the dynamics of how I was making an approach and just still make it entertaining. Fight a little different, but still make it entertaining for the fans, you know. But, you know, I let it get too competitive. So they gave it to him. I'm more mad at myself than the decision, to be honest, because I shouldn't have made it that close. But my next fight, I came in with a chip on my shoulder. I said, I ain't letting that happen again. So that next fight with Rayo Venezuela, that's what you saw.
Does this fight go to a decision?
It depends, man. I don't kiss and tell.
All right. Well, good luck to you on Saturday, Gary.
Appreciate it.
This co-main event easily could be a main event on its own card. 140-pound title fight, Richardson Hitchens against Oscar Duarte. I want to start to my left, Pepe Gomez. You've seen some great improvements with Oscar Duarte over the last few years since that loss to Ryan Garcia. Why do you believe this is the right time for him to win his first world title?
Oscar Duarte ha crecido muchísimo después de esa pelea contra Ryan Garcia. Fue un gran combate. Creo que la experiencia de todo boxeador va ganando, va sumando puntos para hoy estar presentes aquí y el día sábado llevarnos ese título mundial a México. ¡Viva México y viva Duarte! Gracias, Oscar de la Hoya. Venga, Ring Magazine.
Oscar has grown significantly since his last fight, and every punch is going to bring out those points out in the ring. He's going to bring that energy on Saturday. And Viva Mexico, everything from Mexico, and thank you so much, Oscar, for the opportunity.
All right, appreciate it. On the other side, Keith Conley, everybody's favorite manager. You've been with Richardson Hitchens for a lot of years now, seen him grow as well, seen him develop into this world champion. What have you seen from him over the last couple of years, and specifically his last two fights, the two wins over Liam Paro, his last win over George Kambosos? What have you seen the growth?
I've seen a lot of growth. When I signed Richardson Hitchens 2.5 years ago, we sat down and I said, you have pound-for-pound type talent. And he's had that type of progression over the last 2.5 years. He's really grown a lot, and I think the Kambosos fight, especially in his last fight, we talked about it day before the fight, and he said, listen, this is also entertainment. It's not just about winning. I want you to sit in the pocket and fight. And I remember leaving the room. He told me he was going to do it, and I wasn't sure if he was going to do it. And come fight night, he put on an absolute masterclass performance. But more important than that, he finished the show. He knocked out Kambosos. He did probably a better job than Lomachenko did. Definitely did a better job than Devin Haney. And I'll stick by my word 2.5 years ago. Over the next year or two, this kid over to my left, Richardson Hitchens, is going to be in the top 10 pound-for-pound list. And we're looking to fight guys next, like possibly Devin Haney, move up, challenge for a world title at 147 after this fight, or possibly target a guy like Dalton Smith in unification. But the kid's talent is endless. There's no ceiling on him, and I think he could go down as one of the all-time greats when his career is over with.
All right. Oscar Duarte, you heard them talking about other opponents, future fights for them. Do you think there's any chance that you're being overlooked going into this fight?
Te han hablado de muchos otros oponentes. ¿Tú sientes que no te están dando tu posición en esta carta?
Así es. Pues pienso que me están subestimando, pero eso es cosa de ellos. Yo ahorita estoy muy contento, estoy muy ilusionado, porque siempre había soñado con ser campeón mundial. Y ahorita estoy a un paso de lograrlo. Yo voy por el campeonato y yo, como lo dije en ocasiones pasadas, quien se me atraviese lo voy a quitar de ahí. Y ahorita se me atravesó este Hitchens y lo voy a quitar. Creo que me están subestimando, pero esta noche se van a llevar una gran sorpresa.
I definitely think that they're underestimating me, but that's on them. I know what I'm going to bring to the ring, but other than that, I'm extremely happy to being here for this opportunity. I know that I'm hungry and I want that world title. I want that championship, and we'll see on Saturday. I'm coming not only for Hitchens, for my opponent, but anyone else that they put in front of me.
You called him over the last few weeks a basic fighter. You said there's nothing special about Richardson Hitchens. Why do you believe that?
Yeah, I think Richard Hitchens is a basic fighter. I'm ready and I training very hard in this camp. I'm feel very physical and in my mind and ready for my title.
That's a very good boxer over here to my right. What do you have to do to get inside that jab, to beat a guy with that type of skill?
Él es un súper buen boxeador. ¿Qué tú piensas que tienes que hacer para poder entrar en su mente?
Voy a meterle presión y voy a pasar como un tren por arriba de él.
Oh, he's definitely going to apply pressure, and he's coming at him like a train.
All right. Appreciate it, Oscar. Richardson, I'll start with what Oscar said there. Basic fighter, nothing special about you. What do you think of that?
First of all, I want to thank God for being on the stage and, defending my world championship. I want to thank my manager, Keith Conley, Turkey, the Saudis, for giving me this opportunity. To get to what Oscar said, him and his camp, they've been saying I talk a lot of shit, but I haven't even been talking that much this camp. I know I could really get it. Only person that kind of gave me my respect I seen was Robert Garcia. But as far as like Oscar, them saying I'm a basic fighter, if you look at my resume, every guy that I fought, besides the Gustavo Lemos fight, where I already told my story on that fight. I don't got to keep explaining what happened that night, but every guy that I fought, nobody's done to them what I've done to them. You could start back from guys like Yomar Alamo, a guy that was 24-1 at the time, was supposed to compete for a world title. His only loss was to an undefeated fighter, Liam Parrow. I fought Yomar Alamo. I stopped him in the fight in the 8th round. I came back. I fought an undefeated Bowser. Everybody thought it was going to be a good fight. They robbed me of a stoppage. I should have stopped Bowser as many times I hurt him, dropped him in the fight. I came back again. I fought Jose Zepeda, which was a threat. Demolition. I came back again. I fought Liam Parrow, undefeated. Dominating performance. I came back again. I fought George Kambosos, a guy that nobody did what I've done to him, annihilated him. This guy been spoon-fed his whole career. He's never fought a threat till his last fight, and he damn near lost that fight. He's not fighting any guys that's punchers. He's not fighting. His whole career he started off with guys that's had losing records. When he get in front of me, I'll show Saturday night is levels to this, and I'm far from a basic fighter. This is exactly what George Kambosos was saying, and he got in that ring and found out the hard way. Him coming at me like a train, he's gonna get knocked out. I keep telling him that. I'm saying that in interviews. If his team want to bet, if anybody want to bet, I promise you I will knock this kid out if he come at me like a train.
You know, everybody has been making the comparison, as you said, to the Lemos fight. You fought one pressure fighter, wasn't your best performance. Why should we believe that another pressure fighter won't have similar success? Why are things going to be different in this fight?
When I fought Lemos, first of all, I wasn't going to do the IBF rehydration clause. If anybody's unaware of that, unaware of what's that, you weigh in on the day of the weigh-ins and you still have to make weight the next day. I made the weigh-ins on Friday morning at 8 in the morning. I ate whatever I wanted to eat. I went up to, I want to say, 155.2, 154.8. I went back that same night, losing weight, sat in the tub, working out. I woke up the next day. I made the weigh-ins. I made the weigh-ins for the latest in time possible, forgetting I'm fighting in Vegas and we got to be in the arena earlier. I only had about 6 hours to rehydrate that fight. I told my managers, I told everybody the day before, I don't want to do the IBF rehydration clause. I'm going to fight how I'm going to fight. They said, no, fight, this is for a world title shot, do it. Me losing that weight, again, day to fight, made Lemos pressure. I felt it way more. I felt zapped, but I was such in good shape, I was able to deal with that type of pressure. But you seen what happened when Lemos, a pressure fighter, came at a boxer like Keyshawn. He got knocked out. He's going to do the same thing. He's going to get knocked out the same way he got knocked out by Ryan Garcia. But I don't expect him to do nothing else. He has to do that. So I'm excited. Like, my brain is not wondering, like, how is this guy going to come? I don't think he's patient. He's none of that. Like, so we'll see.
You know, is it just because you think he's going to come right at you that gives you the confidence? We don't hear you predicting a knockout all that often.
Yeah, I mean, it's boxing. You're going to come. Guys look at my record and say, "Oh, he's 20-0, 8 knockouts. He have no puncher. He have no power." If I fought the same opponents he fought, I would have knocked him out too. He's not. He's punching on Jojo Diaz, and Jojo Diaz is a 130-pounder, 135-pounder. I was partying somewhere in Cali a few weeks before fighting him, and he talking about knocking me out. I don't know what the fuck wrong with him, but we'll see. I've never been down in my whole boxing ever. I've said this before. I've never touched the canvas ever. He's not going to be the guy to do that.
Oscar, I'll give you the last word here. He says, you come right at him, he's going to stop you. How do you see this fight ending?
Bueno, también quiero agradecerle a todo mi equipo que me estuvo apoyando en este campamento y también a Oscar de la Hoya, porque en la pelea pasada contra Kenneth Sims, que dice él que no he peleado con nadie, pero he peleado con grandes peleadores.
Bet some money.
Kenneth
Bet
Sims
some money.
Es un guerrero.
How much do you want to bet?
Y Oscar de la Hoya me dijo ahí que lo que seguía era el campeonato mundial, entonces quiero agradecerle por la oportunidad. Pues estoy listo para brillar, para ganar este sábado y para darle un campeonato a México. Traigo toda la ilusión, todas las ganas, me preparé muy fuerte y este sábado voy a ganar, voy con todo.
Bet some money.
First of all, I want to give thanks to my team and my training camp, and big thanks to everyone that got me here, especially Oscar. We talked about this, that I'm coming for that world title, coming for that championship title. I'm not only doing this for me, but I'm doing it for the people of Mexico.
Oscar, I think he wants you to bet some money on the outcome. How do you feel about that?
Oscar, yeah, I know you're confident in your fighter. I would love to bet some money because I know
Shut
you
the
got some
fuck
money.
up, pussy.
That shit is not funny. None of that shit is funny. None of that shit is
talk to
funny.
you like that, Alfred.
I'm gonna beat the shit out you.
Don't let him talk to you like that.
I'm gonna beat the shit out you. I promise you I'm gonna beat the shit out you. I say everything I say I'm gonna do.
See you in the ring this Saturday.
Okay.
I'm ready for you.
I'm ready for you too. What the fuck? Like, what you think? You gonna come at me like a trained power? Oh my God, I'm gonna knock you the fuck out. The fuck? What's wrong with you? Better use your brain in that fucking ring, dickhead.
Hey, hit him with the word to your mama.
All right. All right. We're going to face these fighters off. Excited about this. 2 world title fights, 2 huge crossroads fights, 140 and 168. We're going to face them off, reset the stage, and come back with the main event press conference.
Funny.
That was fun. I enjoyed that. I enjoyed that a lot. You know, one thing, looking at the stage, Mike, Sergio, the 140 division might be the busiest division in boxing right now. There's a lot of heat and a lot of good guys that I think can beat each other, removing Shakur, who's the king of that division if he goes back down. But apart from Shakur, there's a lot of good fights in there.
Yeah, it's absolutely stacked. I mean, you talk about Dalton Smith, Richardson Hitchens. You have Andy Hiroko, who's a very good fighter. Gary Antoine Russell, great action guy. I think it's one of the most stacked divisions in all of boxing.
It really is a good division, isn't it? I like the little heat there between Albright and Frank Martin. I love that Oscar Duarte is talking a bit of trash as well and trying to get under the skin of Richardson Hitchens. It's a good division, and we are trying to look for the king of that division.
That was a fun press conference.
I loved it.
That was a fun press conference because anytime you get a Spanish speaker, timid, shy guy that finally opens up and even cusses, it's exciting. But we know who has the mouth here. Who the mouthpiece here is Richardson Hitchens, but he comes with the belt. He comes with the championship swagger. Oscar Duarte is ready for this fight, but styles make fights, and there's a reason Hitchens is a favorite in this fight. The long reach, the spectacular jab, the distance, the IQ, the confidence. But don't sleep on Duarte.
Don't sleep on Duarte at all. All right, we got a fix for you. DAZN has so much for you. So much in store in the next couple of months. So much coming for you as well. And I think you're going to enjoy this. This is the locker room.
The Locker Room, the new home of DAZN's boxing content. All your big hitters, all in one place.
Lions in the camp, lions in the camp, lions in the camp. Welcome on board the rivalry line.
Like, I've never put attention on becoming a star. It's just kind of happened.
More exclusive content than ever before.
Welcome to Inside the Ring, boxing's official show of record.
Where boxing lives, breathes, and never stops.
Well, the franchise is considered super.
Exactly.
Weekly content from all your favorite creators, promoters, and influencers. The Locker Room, only on DAZN, the global home of boxing.
We were just watching that, just like you guys, and Mike was just going through the motions. He saw Inside the Ring, and the smile came out. I want to congratulate you on that show. Honestly, it's a very good show. I think Malik Scott's been a fantastic addition to the show. When are you going on the show, Sergio? When do they get you on, Sergio?
Call my agent, Ade.
Yeah.
Call my agent.
Anytime. I heard that you're very expensive. I think that's the problem.
Mike Coppinger invites me, I'll be glad to grace the show.
Now, Mike, well done, though. It's a great show. You must be happy with the success of it so far.
Yeah, appreciate that, Adi. Yeah, look, it's a really fun show. We don't take ourselves too seriously on there. I think we have great chemistry, so I hope it keeps continuing on. And you have to have you on there, too. You and Sergio as a tag team.
Yeah, I think we
No
get
Mannix. No Mannix, though, right?
No Mannix, indeed. We are getting ready for the main event press conference coming up. Obviously, Mario Barrios versus Ryan Garcia. What you don't see behind us where the cameras are, the crowd's turned up as well. And the weather's not the greatest outside, so it's good to see the crowd there. It's going to be a big, big crowd on Saturday to see if Ryan Garcia can get it done.
Yeah, I couldn't believe it, Ade. I mean, I've been to Vegas hundreds of times at this point. It was freezing this morning. It was like 36 Fahrenheit.
Yeah, I'm not used to that. I didn't pack for this. Everyone told me, Ade, come from London to Vegas. I bought shorts, I brought T-shirts, and I had to go and buy this outfit. But it is good to be in Vegas. It's always good for the big fights as well. It's good to see Oscar here, who I believe is going to join us on stage in the studio in a few moments. It's great to have Oscar around.
Oscar De La Hoya is a legend. I mean, whenever you have a legend like that, he's amongst the people love him. He says the right things. He's entertaining. And, of course, anytime you see that guy, you know that's a big event. Anytime Oscar shows up, his presence is felt by everybody. Fans love him. Boxing needs him.
Yeah. One fight that we haven't really spoken about during the build-up is that Frank Martin versus Nahir Albright fight, which, again, going under the radar like a lot of the fights. It's an incredible fight at 140 pounds where arguably the winner could go fight for a world title next.
Absolutely. I mean, Frank Martin's a big-time puncher. That knockout of Rancis Barthélemy at the end of last year was one of the best knockouts of all of 2025. And we saw Nahir Albright. He gave Keyshawn Davis all he could handle. Yeah. And he had a very nice win over Keyshawn's brother over the summer. And that led to that melee. So a lot of heat there. And, of course, Keyshawn, he's now at 140. So...
All right, this is the second press conference. Don't forget the first press conference was in LA, which got very heated. If you forgot about it, and you shouldn't have, here's a quick reminder.
Well, welcome inside, everybody, to the Avalon Theater, the first press conference between WBC Welterweight Champion Mario Barrios, who will be making the third defense of his belt, and Ryan Garcia, one of the biggest stars in boxing today, who will be looking to win his first world title.
I gotta thank the WBC. Yeah, WBC, man. I can't thank y'all enough. The WBC, I love the WBC. Like, you got no idea how much I love the WBC. I love the WBC. I love the WBC. Get him over here. What?
Turkey said no.
Turkey said no?
Yeah, he said no.
Oh, my God, let's go. Better ask for WBC. Yeah. What? Whatever. WBC, yeah. All right, cool. The Trader, Joe Goosen. There you go. Here you go for you. Wally somewhere. Justin, I don't even know where you're at.
Yeah, you know, this is turning into a circus. I never the payaso, but I mean, yeah, you know, the fight set, you know, February 21st. Y'all know what I bring every time I step in there. You know, they said that, you know, that he's focused, that, you know, this is that we're gonna get a Ryan that's 100%. And, you know, that makes me happy to hear. So, you know, when I whoop his ass on the 21st, there ain't gonna be no excuses.
I got you. I can see, I got you. I know I got you. It's gonna be a good one, though. It's gonna be a good one for sure. For sure. Let's get it.
Get him, baby. Let's go, baby. Knock him out, Ryan.
We have done a bit of musical chairs. We got rid of Mike Coppinger, he's gone. And we've replaced him with Mr. Golden Boy himself, Oscar De La Hoya, who's looking marvelous.
Thank you.
We are very underdressed right now.
Yes, we are. I don't know if you ever played the game. There's a Mexican game called La Loteria. He looks like El Catrín, the gentleman, the dandy.
We are in Las Vegas.
Come on, guys. Las Vegas. Don't worry. I've got my fit for Saturday night. Don't worry. It's going to be something similar to this. Oscar, how are you? Good?
I'm doing great, man. I'm doing really, really good. Happy to be here.
Yeah.
Another great boxing event for the boxing fans worldwide. You cannot get any, I mean, actually you can get better than this because DAZN's always putting on great shows right after the other. So, yes, this fight here Saturday night will be a banger. I'm telling you, Ryan Garcia, Barrios, that in itself is a great, great matchup. But the undercard, this undercard right here, it is going to be a great, great night of boxing.
How is Ryan Garcia? I mean, you're the person to ask. Over the years, we've seen different personalities from Ryan. I almost feel like I don't mind a bit of crazy Ryan. I think a bit of crazy Ryan's a good Ryan. Where is Ryan mentally right now?
He is right where he has to be. Ryan Garcia, look, when I first had the press conference with him a couple months ago, I saw something in Ryan Garcia that I've never seen before, only when I first met him. He was calm, cool, collective. He was confident in his abilities. And right now, we're seeing a Ryan Garcia that is hungry. Everything that's happened to Ryan Garcia, I believe, was meant to be. Everything is meant to be in your life. And that was meant to be for Ryan. so he can humble himself, so he can get stronger mentally, so he can train harder and take this sport serious. We're going to see a very dangerous Ryan Garcia on Saturday night.
Oscar, everything is meant to be, like you said, in boxing, but we know that boxing is also mentally. That's what it's about, the focus. Are you worried that Ryan Garcia is maybe overlooking Mario Barrios because Mario Barrios got elevated as a champion? He's not the man. He's come up short. You think there's a possibility that Ryan Garcia is overlooking in Azteca?
I feel in my bones 100% that he's not. And the reason why is because everything that he's lived through, Ryan Garcia, he went through hell and back and then made it out okay. Right now he knows he has to prove something. Right now he knows that Ryan Garcia mentally has to be there 100%, because physically we know he's going to come with everything. But mentally, Ryan Garcia is in this game 1,000%.
Oscar, you went through the weight classes so successfully, winning world titles in 5 different weight classes. Six. How dare I do that?
Come on.
How come on at it? How do you miss him?
The very first fighter to win 6 divisions.
6 divisions.
The youngest fighter to win 4 divisions.
There you go. 23? How old were you?
I was 20. I just turned 24.
Okay, 24. There you go. Is this Ryan's best weight, do you think, the welterweight division? I still look at him as a 140 guy, obviously has success at 135. Do you think this is his weight to stay at now for a few years?
This is definitely his weight. He's making the weight easy. He's having no problems. He's feeling strong. He's feeling fast, as we see in his TikTok videos. It's great that we have a Ryan Garcia who is so flamboyant, who is keeping boxing alive right now. We always have those generational fighters, and I think Ryan Garcia is one of them, if he keeps his head straight. And I believe he's 1,000% ready.
Are you worried about the trainer changes? Are you worried the fact that he's going back with his father? He had a lot of success early in his career when you're supposed to have success, 13, 14, 15 fights. On this championship level, you need that voice in your corner. Are you worried that his father is not prepared for this moment?
I'm actually worried for Barrios that he does have his father in his corner, because his father knows him perfectly. He trained him since the beginning. Ryan Garcia has had the best success with his father in the corner. So, look, things happen in boxing. They change every single day. Mentally, physically, you change trainers, you change promoters, you change everything about boxing, right? Because you want to climb to the top. You rediscover yourself. I think right now is the perfect time for Ryan Garcia to show the world what he's all about, that he's back, and back with a vengeance.
I'll ask a question to both of you. Joe Goossen's on the stage. We just saw a lovely little bit with Joe Goossen, with Mario Barrios. You smile. Does Barrios have an advantage because Joe Goossen is now in the Barrios camp?
I really feel, look, it can play, if you're not strong mentally, it can kind of like creep into your mind and kind of mess with you a bit. But look, like I said, Ryan is so focused on winning. Ryan is so focused on being back on top. I believe Ryan misses those cheers in the ring. I believe Ryan really knows now why he's here, and he's here to be a world champion.
I'm going to play devil's advocate. I think it is going to play mental games on Ryan Garcia. Ryan Garcia is a mental fighter. We know that he's had his mental issues. He's going to want to pay revenge on the man that betrayed him, in his words. He wants to stick it to Goossen. He wants to win a championship. And I think that right there is going to be an eagerness to maybe get over-aggressive, go looking for the knockout. And that's when you run into shots, when you try looking for something like that.
Ryan Garcia is never going to, if you ask Ryan Garcia the question about who do you want next, he's going to say, let me focus on Barrios. So I'll ask you as his promoter, if I were to put in front of you Conor Benn, Shakur Stevenson, Devin Haney next for Ryan, which one would you go?
Well, they're all great fighters that he can face, and that's the beauty about this weight class right now, is that it's stacked. I love Conor Benn. I love the way he talks. I love his demeanor. I love the guy. He fights and he's entertaining. But how can you forget the beatdown that Ryan Garcia gave to Devin Haney? Ooh. And Devin Haney now is back. So you never know how the cookie crumbles, whether it's going to crumble to the left or to the right. But I'm going to go with Devin Haney. I believe Devin Haney, not that he deserves it, but I think he wants it so bad. And I think Ryan Garcia wants to shut his mouth once again. So that fight is a perfect fight to make next.
There you go. So many options for the man they call the king, Ryan Garcia, but it has to get past Mario Barrios. on Saturday. Oscar De La Hoya, thank you very much. It isn't just Saturday, by the way. We have so many big fights coming your way on DAZN.
Thank you, Sergio.
In Mexico, boxing is not a sport. It's a religion. Two champions now stand before the altar. One nation behind them, each bearing a crown earned in silence. But history allows only one throne. Who will be the next king of Mexico?
Such a hurtful shot.
Leewood's just too easy to hit
Far
here.
too easy for Josh Warrington.
Leewood cannot sit back on them rounds.
Oh, he walked up the
shot from
big
Leewood.
shot.
And suddenly has turned it all around.
Oh my days.
Leewood found the punch of a lifetime.
He hit the floor, flat on his back.
Lost my head in a fight that I didn't want to lose a single round.
You were losing the fight. Did I win a round? Did I not win one round?
I don't think you did.
Typical Josh Warrington, can give it, I can't take it.
You're getting it, Lee. I'm gonna talk to you, mate.
Horrible.
Talk to you.
I think like I've beat you and you've got the audacity to act the way you do.
What's done is done. I can't complain about it, but I'm coming to this fight in a different mindset.
I need to win this fight. I lose this fight, it takes away the credibility of the first fight.
Physically, can't argue what I'm doing in the gym. I won't lose.
You need to be perfect for 36 minutes. I need to be perfect for 1 or 2 seconds.
You are going to get that blessing this time.
We are very, very close to kicking off the main event press conference. All the main protagonists are on stage, so we're going to throw over in a few moments. By the way, the fight cards that we've got coming up. When I got the phone call and said, Ade, do you want to do this fight card? I was like, absolutely. Then I was like, oh, that means I'm missing Warrington Wood. Because I'm telling you guys, if you've never been to Nottingham, the noise in that Warrington Wood card, which is on Saturday night, is going to be sensational. We've got Navarrete versus Nunes coming up as well. Clarissa Shields versus Franchon Cruz DAZN. So many fights on DAZN.
Josh puts the war in Warrington. I love watching him fight. I think he's made for that moment. Those two are destined to tango 3, 4, 5 times because they're just styles make fights, and those guys are just bloody beautiful to watch, man. So I can't wait for that fight in the UK, and I can't wait to one day call a fight over there as well, because nothing beats that raucous crowd in the UK.
It is a good crowd, isn't it, Mike?
Yeah, no question. But yeah, speaking of Navarrete and Nunes, that's the fight I'm looking for. I was at Navarrete's fight against Valdez in Arizona. It's going to be an incredible crowd, 2 Mexican fighters, and it's going to be a slugfest.
Okay, it is time. I've been told I can throw to Michael Buffer, so let me do that. The greatest MC of all time is ready to introduce the 2 boys that will fight for the WBC Welterweight title. So let's throw it to him now. Mr. Michael Buffer, it's yours.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon and welcome to the Ring High Stakes main event final press conference. It's Barrios versus Garcia for the Welterweight Championship of the World this Saturday night right here at T-Mobile Arena, Las Vegas, Nevada, USA. And it's all brought to us by Ring Magazine, Sella, and Oscar De La Hoya's Golden Boy Promotions in association with TGB Promotions. Our sponsors are IFX Payments, Thomas J. Henry Law Firm, and Everlast. Tickets are still available on AXS.com and broadcast live worldwide exclusively on DAZN. Now seated behind me, representing Team Garcia, trainer Henry Garcia, from his management team, Guadalupe Valencia, and the CEO of Golden Boy Promotions, the Olympic gold medalist, 10-time world champion in 6 divisions. He is the Golden Boy, Oscar De La Hoya. And from a neutral corner, representing Ring Magazine, CEO Rick Reno. For Team Barrios, manager Luis de Cubas Jr. and trainer Joe Goosen. Now, let's meet the fighters. Introducing first, the challenger from Victorville, California and Los Angeles. His professional record, an outstanding one. 24 victories. 20 of those 24 wins come by way of knockout. Only 2 defeats. He's the former WBC lightweight silver belt champion and interim lightweight world champion. He is Ryan King Rye Garcia. Ryan Garcia. And his opponent, born, raised, and fighting out of San Antonio, Texas, USA. He brings a record of 29 victories, 18 big wins by knockout with only 2 defeats, 2 bouts even. He is the reigning, defending Ring Magazine and WBC Welterweight Champion of the World, Mario El Azteca Barrios. Mario Barrios. And at this time, ladies and gentlemen, let's turn it over to our moderator and host, Mr. Chris Mannix.
Thank you, Michael, and welcome everyone back to the final press conference for the Ring High Stakes, headlined by this welterweight title fight between the reigning champion Mario Barrios and King Ryan Garcia. T-Mobile Arena is where this fight will happen on Saturday, right here in this building, and it will air live and exclusively worldwide on DAZN. For Mario Barrios, this fight is a chance to defend his title and cement his status as one of the top welterweights in all of boxing. And for Ryan Garcia, it's an opportunity to win his first world title and prove that he is one of the top fighters in the world. We're going to introduce the fighters here on the stage. We want to start with the CEO of Ring Magazine, Mr. Rick Reno.
Thanks, Chris. I want to thank everyone once again in attendance. And, you know, this is a fantastic main event. You know, both of these guys have had some ups and downs in 2025. Both of them are coming into this year to make a statement. Both of these guys are hungry. And when you have 2 Mexican fighters who are hungry and want to make a statement, it's guaranteed fireworks. I expect a very exciting fight. Mario's ready. Ryan's ready. The talking is almost done. I look forward to seeing everyone on Saturday night. Back to you, Chris.
Thank you, Rick. To my left, the golden boy, Oscar De La Hoya, the Hall of Famer. And Oscar, you've been the promoter of Ryan Garcia for a long time. You've seen some of the highs, some of the lows. Big fight now for Ryan Garcia fighting for a world title. How confident are you that Ryan's going to get it done?
100%. I really feel Ryan, when I saw him in last press conference in LA, I saw something in his eyes that only fighters see, right? I've been in this game forever, so I can see that fire, that spark. I can see the fact that he went back to his father and their training, going back old school and getting ready for a world title shot. This is a fight that he's been waiting for all his life. And guess what? He is ready. 1,000,000% he is ready. So this fight here is going to be one of those action-packed fights because Barrios doesn't back down. I have to give it to Barrios. He's the world champion. I have to give it to every fighter out there who steps inside that ring and puts their life on the line. But I'm telling you one thing, this is a great matchup. But I love Ryan's chances because what I see and what I smell in the air, man, he's ready, he's prepared, and it's going to be a war.
All right. Lupe Valencia, you've been Ryan's manager for a long time as well. What have you seen from him in this training camp heading into this fight?
Thank you. First of all, I'd like to thank the WBC for this amazing opportunity. Every kid's dream is to wear that green belt around their waist. And this dream started 20 years ago when Ryan was 7 years old. And to be on this stage fighting for the Welterweight World Championship is just a dream come true. And I'm extremely proud to have been with Ryan for the past 7 years and to be at this stage, at this moment in the history of boxing. This is a journey that's gone on for 20 years. 2 things are going to happen on Saturday. We're going to have a new WBC World Champion, and we're going to have a new face of boxing. Right. So I encourage everybody to buy the pay-per-view, buy tickets for this fight, and I want to thank everybody that had a hand in putting this fight together. It was a tremendous amount of work to put this fight together. His Excellency, Oscar, Dr. Rakan, Al Heyman, a lot of people had their hands in putting this fight together, so I want to thank everybody for all their effort, because this is truly a tremendous fight in the biggest stage, Las Vegas, and this is probably going to be one of those knockout fights of the year where Ryan becomes world champion. And neither Joe, nor Wally, nor Mario Barrios is going to stop that from happening. Thank you.
And Chris, before you call up the fighters, I have a special treat.
I do want to say, because this fight is so special, I want to thank Jose Suleiman, the WBC. We greatly appreciate everything you've done for the sport of boxing. Ever since your father was telling me when I was a kid that I was his favorite fighter, but he would tell every fighter the same thing. I mean, we love the WBC. And so on that note, the WBC has made a special trophy. The winner will get.
All right.
I mean, come on, Ryan.
Let's go. Let's go.
The winner will get this beautiful, beautiful glove. WBC World Champion crown. This is the best belt in the world. We love you, Suleiman.
All right, Oscar.
Well, thank you, Oscar. Louis de Cubas, you've been with Mario for a long time as well. You don't want to say anything? You got nothing to say? Okay. We'll move on then. We'll go back over this side. Henry, you've been with Ryan. Amateur days, early in the pros, took him to 15-0 as a professional before handing him off to Eddie Reynoso, some other trainers along the way, including the man to my right, Joe Goosen. You are back in the saddle as the head trainer.
That's right.
Once again for this fight. How has camp been with you once again in charge of the team?
I tell you, when you're in Vegas, people say you got the winning hand. I have to say we got the winning team right here. Okay? I got Donnie, our strength and conditioning coach, that got Ryan in tip-top shape, PJ with the mitts, and the whole team, Trey, putting all the team together. We got a good Chris. I want to thank our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ, first and foremost, and promoters, of course, Oscar De La Hoya, Golden Boy, Al Heyman, PBC, and Turkey Law Sheik, DAZN, of course, and WBC, and our main man right here, Lupe Valencia, our manager. Without these people, this thing wouldn't be possible. Okay, but I'm going to tell you this right now. Okay, I've heard reporters, I've heard trainers say which Ryan is going to come out. Well, I'll give you the answer right now. Okay, the boxer that fought Luke Campbell, there's no stopping him. Okay, the boxer that fought Fortuna, you're not going to see what's coming. Okay, the boxer that fought Haney, wow, what's going on? How is this happening? That's the Ryan you're going to see. So I gave you the answer, and we're going to win this. Let's go.
To follow up on that, Henry, I think you say he's going to be that version of him. What's different? What's changed in this training camp that you think is going to bring out that version of Ryan Garcia?
Very good question. When you have mind, body, and soul, and you got God in your heart, you got a winning fighter right here. I'm so proud of my son.
Okay. Joe Goosen, you had an interesting press conference last time with you and Ryan. How has training camp gone with Mario? What have you guys been working on, and what do you think he's going to show on Saturday?
Well, Mario has been a model fighter in the gym during this training camp for 3 months. He's exceeded expectations. He's tackled every assignment I've given him. He knows that Ryan's a tough guy. That's why he works so hard. They're both great fighters. I've got the world champion sitting right here. And, our goal, basically, we have one goal, and that's to retain the title and keep it. And I know that they would like to have it. And Ryan's going to get in the ring, and he's going to fight his hardest. He's a great fighter. But I got the champ of the world right here, and we put in the work. We put in the sparring. We put in the road work. And, I like my guy in the fight, period.
you've been training a lot of fighters for a long time, some great fighters. What have you tried to sprinkle into Mario's game?
Well, look, he didn't get to be champ of the world because he couldn't fight. Mario's got a lot of talent. He's got a lot of great qualities. But sometimes when you have somebody looking from the outside in and dissecting what you're looking at, you're going to find things that are meaningful in a fight, offensively and defensively. And those are the things, those are the issues that we've addressed. On top of conditioning, more rounds, more aggressiveness, tightening the defense, and making the offense more explosive than it already was. So, you know, just an overall overhaul, I should say. But the great thing about it was everything that we worked on, Mario really conquered and tackled and was just a superior student in the gym. He was great to work with. And he'll give it his all Saturday night, just as I know Ryan will. These guys are great at what they do. And we'll see exactly if their prediction is going to actually come true. I predict the opposite of what their team is predicting. And we'll let the fighters really answer all the big questions tomorrow, Saturday night.
You know, you said you didn't take this job, this gig, because Ryan Garcia was on the other side. But what do you think that your institutional knowledge of Ryan has helped you prepare Mario for this fight?
That my intimate knowledge of
Your
Ryan?
knowledge of Ryan, yes.
Well, I've said it before. I mean, I've fought a lot of guys with my fighters and won many big fights without having trained the opposition. So basically, you've got a lot of video out there, you've got a lot of fight tape, and if you know what you're looking at, that should be sufficient to form a game plan. But no, with Ryan, yeah, did we have an intimate relationship in terms of working together face to face? Yes, yes. And bottom line is that I don't think really gave me a big advantage there, because, like I said, you can break tape down, you have fights to look at, and I think that would have been sufficient had I not trained Ryan. But definitely working with him for those 3 fights, yeah, gave me a little bit of insight, but I wouldn't say anything that's going to be meaningful.
You said you know what their team is predicting the outcome is going to be. What do you think?
Pardon me?
What do you think the outcome is going to be in this fight?
Well, I mean, it's what we worked for to win the fight. I mean, I wouldn't have any other attitude than that. You know, Mario said something to me that I haven't forgotten during training. He said, I don't think Ryan Garcia knows what's coming. Those are his words. And I believe him.
All right. I appreciate it, Joe.
Yeah.
Ryan, that's a different look that we've seen you in before. You just heard Joe say that Mario believes you don't know what's coming with his fighter, Mario Barrios. What do you think he's going to bring to the table, and what are you bringing to the table in this fight?
I mean, there's not a lot that I guess I haven't seen in the sport of boxing. You know, with my long amateur career, the amount of fights I've had, all the sparring I have. So I don't think he's quite right about that. But, you know, you kind of never really know until you're in the ring how sharp the person really is, you know. I hear a couple things in his sparring and a couple things in his training, but you can't really go off of that. So for me, I'm just preparing myself, and I have as the best as I possibly can. And now when I step in that ring, I know myself will be 100%. So we just have to see when he's in there how he is. But I definitely don't think it's something I haven't seen.
You know, asking a fighter how they're feeling is kind of a generic question, but for you, it's kind of appropriate given what's happened over the last couple of years. Where are you at mentally, physically, coming into this fight?
Well, I think I could do a lot of talking and say, you know, oh, I'm prepared the best I can. You could just look at me and just kind of see the shape I'm in and how I look and kind of have your own opinion on it. I think that speaks enough, as you know, that speaks enough.
You have to go back a while, a number of years, to when your dad was your head trainer for these fights. How has this camp been with your dad? Has it felt like kind of old times with him back in charge?
Yeah, it does feel like old times, you know. There's been a couple moments where it just feels like, man, is it like swinging back to like 2020 throwback, you know what I mean? Mark Castro came by the gym, everybody's coming by the gym. It just felt like, you know, a little bit of a throwback. This song really spoke to me. It's called Open the Eyes of My Heart, Lord. And it just brought me back to when I was 8 years old. Just all the hard work that I've been putting in since, you know, coming from Victorville and everything. It's just kind of throwing everything back. So it feels good to be back with my dad. And technically, we are undefeated, so together. And we're going to continue the streak. You said winning a world title would be important for you, but you said it would be even more important maybe for your dad. Yeah. Why do you think that? Well, you know, I always see myself, like when I feel fulfilled, it's when I'm walking that narrow path with God. So for this championship, I just feel like it's going to make my dad's life. Something about, you know, this is going to do something great for him in his heart. Of course, it means a lot for me, and I'm going to hold it with honor and pride and be the best champion I possibly can inside and outside the ring. And I think I'm ready now as a person and as a fighter to do that. So you're going to see the start of a whole new rise, you know, the King Ryan Empire. And, yeah, I'm excited. You got some history on the other side with Joe Goossen. Do you think that's more an advantage for Mario, or do you think it's an advantage for you? It's definitely, I've said this before, I think it's an advantage for me. I definitely know how he's training. I know all those speed bag drills when you hit it up, down, up, down, and then the little bag work where you got to go like this, you know, all day long. So I know exactly how he's training, and I know how I could train even better because I've trained exactly how Joe, and I've done everything Joe has asked as well when I was in there. So, and Joe knows I'm a hell of a runner. I don't think there's any fighter that could run better than me, you know, road work-wise. So he knows I could push it, and I could be a mean motherfucker. And, you know, come Saturday night, I'm going to be a mean motherfucker. Woo! All right. Go. Mario, you're the world champion here on this stage. But a lot of these things that are part of this promotion have felt like it's a very Ryan Garcia type of event. Have you felt that? And has any of that bothered you?
Nah, none of it has bothered me. I know I'm the champion for a reason. You know, I know everything that I've been doing in the gym, everything I've been doing to prepare for this fight. I'm ready. You know, I'm not a talker when it comes to all this, but you know, every time I get in there, you know, I fight. I leave it all in there, and that's exactly what I'm looking forward to this Saturday. You brought Joe Goossen onto your team for a reason. Do you feel like you've gotten something out of that over these last couple of months? And what are going to be the differences in Mario Barrios on Saturday? Yeah, no, you know, working with Joe, he definitely, you know, just like we just fine-tuned everything. You know, offense, defense, you know, things that I felt that I was missing in my last couple of performances. And you know, we got plenty of work in the gym. We got plenty of rounds of sparring. You know, I'm very happy with the way things went during this camp, and I really couldn't ask, you know, for much more. And yeah, like I'm just ready. You said you didn't sign with Joe, work with Joe because of Ryan, but has his knowledge of Ryan been useful to you in this training camp? I mean, I think how Joe said, you know, I think just you know, watching film on Ryan and his past couple of performances, you know, we can see a lot of flaws in his game plan, and it didn't take somebody knowing him, you know, personally, you know, to, I guess, to have an edge over him. But like I said, I mean, everything that we have worked on, you know, is for, you know, what pertains to his style, the way he fights, and you know, I think we worked on everything that I need to be successful.
You said in interviews that you want to test him. You want to make him ask questions in the ring. What does that look like?
Just making him uncomfortable, you know, just trying to exploit his weaknesses, and yeah, you know, just every round, you know, just making him uncomfortable.
All right, well, Ryan, I'll give you the last word. Do you think he can make you uncomfortable? Do you think he can make you ask questions in the ring?
No, Chris. I don't.
All right, Saturday night right here at T-Mobile Arena, live on DAZN Worldwide, welterweight title on the line. Mario Barrios defending his belt against Ryan Garcia. We're going to face these two men off, and we'll see you guys at the weigh-in here on Friday.
Barrios versus Garcia. It all goes down Saturday night right here at the T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas. 12 rounds of boxing for the welterweight championship of the world. Tickets are still available on AXS.com. And of course, it's broadcast live worldwide exclusively on DAZN. Here they are, facing each other. They'll do it one more time at the weigh-in tomorrow. But this was a final press conference. They got their final word in. Once again, challenger from Victorville, California, 24 victories, 20 wins by knockout, the former WBC silver and interim lightweight world champion, Ryan King Rod Garcia. And from San Antonio, Texas, with a record of 29 victories, 18 wins by KO, the reigning and defending Ring Magazine WBC Welterweight Champion of the World, Mario El Azteca Barrios.
Ryan looks in incredible shape, doesn't he? I mean, you're the ex-boxer here, Sergio. What does he weigh right now? Because I look at him and I feel like he looks like he's on weight already.
Ryan Garcia has always been a really big welterweight. He has wide shoulders. He's very tall for the weight, but you see the size difference in Mario Barrios. Barrios is going to be the much bigger fighter come rehydration and come fight night. I'm impressed the way Ryan Garcia looks. He looks chiseled. It's the right type of muscle. This is going to be a fantastic fight.
Yeah, Mike, Ryan wants us to know he's in shape as well. I mean, he's taken the top off there. Like, look, guys, I'm in the best shape I can. Barrios is hiding it. Barrios is always in shape. This is a really intriguing fight. It's almost one where it is difficult to kind of put your money on someone and pick a winner.
Yeah, I mean, both guys are in great shape. When I was in the gym with Ryan Garcia last week, you know, he pulled up his shirt and showed me his six-pack. So only in boxing can you do that, and it's okay, right? But Barrios, think about him. He used to fight at 122 pounds. So that's really a crazy thing for Mario Barrios. And I agree. He's the taller guy. He's the broader shoulders. And he's going to be the stronger guy in there. But Ryan is the one with the one-punch power.
Anyone in boxing will tell you muscles don't win fights. It's gonna come down to the head game and where Ryan Garcia's head and strategy is at.
All right, make sure you don't miss that. Make sure you don't miss DAZN's new Ultimate Plan. Look, it's the best value for fight fans all over the world who want the best in boxing on their terms as well. Join Ultimate right now and get a minimum of 12 pay-per-views every year included at no extra cost. It's undisputed value from your global home of boxing.
The first rule of DAZN Ultimate is the first rule of DAZN Ultimate is
you do not pay-per-view.
You do not pay-per-view.
Do not pay-per-view.
The Ultimate Fight Night is here. You do not want to miss this.
Second rule of DAZN Ultimate is you don't pay-per-view.
Because Ultimate gives you a minimum of 12 pay-per-view fights a year at no extra cost.
The only rule of DAZN Ultimate,
you do not pay per view. So join us ringside and welcome to DAZN Ultimate.
Talking of ultimate, this is an ultimate weekend for you boxing fans as well. Look at this. Nottingham first at the Motorpoint Arena. Lee Wood versus Josh Warrington 2. Magnificent undercard as well. Ishmael Davis, by the way, taking on Bilal Fawaz. And then, obviously, we're here in Las Vegas for Mario Barrios versus Ryan Garcia. Three world title fights on that card, and some great fighters as well, looking to really create some noise. And then talking about creating noise, she always creates noise, doesn't she? Clarissa Shields takes on Franchon Cruz DAZN. Number 2, they fought way back in 2016. 10 years later, they're duking it out again this Sunday. That's your weekend, fully loaded on DAZN.
I've carried expectations my entire career.
That was a beatdown.
I learned how to win when everyone want to see you fail.
Oh my goodness!
Failure's never been an option for me.
I know exactly what I'm walking into. This fight ain't about proving nothing.
Nah, this fight is about exposing everything.
Watch me defend my undisputed world championship.
That was a statement.
This is my time.
I end stories.
Yeah, Clarissa Shields versus Franchon Cruz DAZN finishes what would be a fantastic fight weekend, that one on Sunday. All right, let's wrap up here. Let's talk about what we just saw. Quiet, respectful from both guys as well. Not much fireworks, but you know it's going to be fireworks on Saturday.
You know, I got accustomed to the manic side of Ryan Garcia. I mean, it made for exciting press conferences. Everyone was talking about. But when you're a fighter, that's what you respect more. A subdued version, a mature version, a focused version of a fighter like Ryan Garcia. So it's intriguing. It wasn't as exciting as the undercard, the press conference. But this is the Ryan Garcia I need to see. This is the champion, the future champion I'm hoping to see come Saturday night.
Is that fair, Mike? This is the Ryan you want to see? Don't you like a bit of crazy? Is it just me? I kind of like a bit of crazy Ryan. I miss him.
Yeah, I like a bit of crazy too. When I was with him last week, he was in the crazy mood. He was calling out Devin Haney. He was calling out Shakur. But Sergio's right. Ryan Garcia needs to be focused because we saw what Barrios can do against guys when they're not focused. And he needs to win this fight. If Ryan Garcia does not win, I don't know if there's a second chance. He needs to win and look good on Saturday.
Can we go back to the shot there of Ryan, sort of just behind us? Ryan's just stayed. I love this. Everyone's gone. I'm talking undercard fighters as well. Ryan's like, you know what? No, I'm going to stay. I'm going to give people time. You know, and I like that he's doing that. I love that.
I like that he's doing that too. But if you notice, it's even the atmosphere here is a little bit quiet. Normally, it's not as it's loud. It's very passionate, Ryan. Yeah. It's very quiet. So I think he stayed because he knows that it's the last chance for him. He's going to have to explain himself inside and outside the ring, and he wants to make himself available not only to the fans, to the press, but to everybody. It's do or die for that kid.
Yeah, both of you touched on the fact that this is the last chance. And look, boxing, we know there's always other opportunities. But in terms of a deserving chance, I mean, he's been given this, hasn't he? I mean, he's coming off a loss. Before that was a no contest. He has to take one of these, Mike.
Yeah, I actually asked Ryan about that, Ade, and he said, yeah, you know what, it's not fair. I acknowledge that. But guess what? What am I supposed to say? No thank you? So he needs to seize that opportunity now, because I think what's being slept on a little bit, Ade and Sergio, is that Mario Barrios, this is his 4th major headline fight. You know, he headline fight against Gervonta Davis, he did it against Keith Thurman, and he did it against the legend Manny Pacquiao over the summer. And I know Pacquiao is 46 now, but still, 70% of Manny Pacquiao, one of the 10 or 15 greatest fighters of all time, that's going to make Mario Barrios, in my opinion, that much better on Saturday.
Yeah, that almost, for some, might tip it in his favor. We don't really talk about the experience Barrios has, because you look at what Ryan's done under the lights and you say, okay, Ryan's been in big fights. I mean, the names that Mike just mentioned there, again, Keith Thurman, Gervonta Davis, Manny Pacquiao. I mean, he's been under the spotlight a lot, Mario Barrios, and yes, he struggled against Gervonta Davis, no shame in that. So did Ryan Garcia. Yeah. But he's performed in the big ones.
And that's the thing that makes him durable. That's the thing that makes him dangerous, his experience. And shout out to his management, Luis de Cubas, and everyone that's been promoting Mario Barrios. Because while you're talking, I'm thinking about all these, there were pay-per-view fights on the biggest stages possible, on the Canelo undercards. Mario Barrios is ready for this moment because he's already experienced this moment. He knows what to expect in there. So this is going to be a toss-up type fight because he's in there with a guy that already been there, done that, and is not intimidated by anything that Ryan Garcia is going to bring to the table.
We got fireworks on the undercard, not so much in the main event presser, but I have a feeling that we're going to get fireworks tomorrow at the weigh-in when these fighters go nose to nose with each other. It's going to be interesting. Sergio, great to have you. Mike, great to have you. Great to have you guys at home as well. Make sure you join us. 3 p.m. we get underway for the weigh-in tomorrow, and then it's one sleep until showtime. We'll see you tomorrow.
A champion with a disputed crown. A self-proclaimed king without a throne. Both have a point to prove.
Barrios with a one-punch knockdown. This kid is a superstar.
Can one of the biggest names in boxing finally be crowned world champion?
It's going to be a hell of a fight.
Barrios versus Garcia, February 21st. Watch only on DAZN.